Hello and welcome back to another episode here on the OmathaCraft Season 4 server. We're not actually on it just yet, but we will be jumping on there in just a second. I want to show you what we are going to be building in today's episode. Right, let's turn around. Today we are going to be building the stage and the TV studio for the Taskmaster series. So in the last episode we built up the Taskmaster house. This is actually where I've been testing things out in my testing world over here. That was my phone. We'll pretend that didn't happen and we'll keep going. So today we are going to be building up the studio. This is where we'll actually be doing the episodes. So myself, I am the wonderful Taskmaster and I will be taking a seat on my throne because I'm obviously the Taskmaster, the king of the show. I'm going to be taking my seat on the seat up here. Over here, we will have the 5 seats for our 5 contestants. They will be announced soon. And it's just made me think, what about if we get a fence post? I've been designing this in the past couple of days. Maybe if we get a fence post and we put fence posts under here with then carpets on top, then we can actually walk up just like it's a staircase. And actually, if we do the same over here, that will make life a lot easier. So I've taken inspiration from the actual TV set that is on TV. And we've put this together. It's different, but it's got the same kind of colour schemes, red, gold, really sort of fancy, royalty, that kind of colour. And we've got this running throughout. It's a fairly simple studio. We will add things to it. This is only sort of the rough design. We will add more things to it. And you might be wondering, what's that big glowstone screen there? Now, well, I've kind of given it away. It's a big screen. We are going to put on a resource pack, which was made by ZF, and we're just going to put that on just like that. And this resource pack makes it green, and we will be green screening like the TV show onto it. And I've actually been using some other things with green screen, so as you can see, my oak fence and all oak blocks have actually changed into green screen. But yeah, this is actually going to be our TV, where we're going to be watching what the contestants have done. The way we're going to be watching it is from this TV screen. Now, I'm not 100% sure how the episodes will work yet. That's all still in the workings. I'm speaking with the contestants at the moment. We're working out how all this is going to be working. But this is what we're going to be building in today's episode. And as you can see, this is going to require a lot of red concrete powder. And we're also going to be building the studio building outside. And I've just put stage 1 on the side. I've taken a bit of inspiration from what Exuma did over at the Concourt Studios on OmathaCraft. And I've sort of brought that in. We're going to be building up our stage like that. And I've just gone at super max speed talking there, so let's head on to the OmathaCraft server, and I have started collecting some of the red concrete powder, so let's start building this thing up. Okay, so we are back on the OmathaCraft server, and I thought I'd show you what I've been up to. So I have been busying doing things. That makes no sense, but we'll go with it. So we're going to make some more red concrete here. I spent about an hour going around the server, collecting a shulker box full of gravel. We already had a shulker box full of sand because of some sand collecting we did way back in an earlier episode. And we are going to craft up another 8 stacks of red concrete powder. And as you can see, if we take a look at what we have built so far, I believe I'm fairly sure I just saw orange over there somewhere. If we take a look round here, we will see that we have quite a big proportion of it actually built up. We have the little seating area where my throne will be seated. We also need to do the contestants area just down there. Here's AFK. And we need, so we've got the screen built up. All the glowstone already had that already, which is good. So currently it's just about building up the rest of this red concrete. I still haven't decided what I want to do for the ceiling. Now I'm thinking in a lot of TV studios. Now I want to kind of base it around a TV studio. Now a lot of TV studios don't actually have proper ceilings to match the set. So obviously this is the set where we've got what you see on the TV or what you see in the video. Now on the ceiling, they generally have lighting and things like that. So I'm thinking when we build up the actual building around this set, I reckon we don't add a ceiling to match it, just to give that more of a TV studio feel, and maybe add some lighting over the top. So that's what I'm thinking. Maybe we add some barred lighting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to build up the rest of this. We do actually need to go some gold farming at some point, and wow, that was a bit of a lag spike there. And actually, yeah, we do need to fill all of this in just here with red concrete. This is the raised seating area for the contestants. So yeah, I'm going to get all this ready, and then I think once we've got this part done, we will head over to the Nether, I reckon, and start doing some gold farming. And take a look at this. Here we go. So I have built up out of concrete powder the entirety of the studio of building around our set. And the server is not having a good day. I think the weather is currently really bad. There's really strong winds at the moment. So I think connections to the server are a little bit funky. So yeah, there's a lot of jumping back, and it's actually becoming quite unplayable. I'm not touching my mouse or keyboard. Look, that was me touching the mic just there. Yeah, so I'm planning to take off, would be quite nice, and convert all this into concrete with a nice quick time lapse. And if it hasn't taken ages, we have now a roof on this thing. This is made out of polished andesite, and as we can see, we've kind of got the sloped effect. It kind of goes over a bit, and then we got it starting underneath, and as you can see, it slopes the way down the studio. And I'm thinking, looking at the side, have I spelled stage wrong? Oh, I've done it backwards. It's saying S-T-A-G-E. It should be S-T-A-G-E-1. Well, I'll sort that out in just a second. If we take a look around the back, as you will see, this side here is very plain. So I think what I want to do is, well, TV studios generally are. And as you could just see there, I barely was able to speak. TV studios are very plain, very boring, but I think what I'd like to do is maybe add an upper bar, maybe just going across the top just there. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to see how much more grey concrete I have left. Let's have a rummage around in these shulker boxes. Do I have any over here? I do. That is brilliant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert a load of this up, and I think what I'll do is I'll add, just a bar around the back there, just because... yeah, it just feels a little bit too plain. And if we head inside, you'll see I've cleared out the floor. On the floor, I want to do this sort of mixture of stone and andesite, sort of broken up together. In the floor, obviously, we've got the TV studio just in there. We'll pick up that scaffolding. And what I've actually been doing is I've been adding this scaffolding in the roof while I was building the roof. And I think it looks really cool, but it needs a bit of work. So what I'm thinking about is what we'll do is we'll tear all the scaffolding that we're actually using down, and then we will use... I think building some scaffolding stuff up will just really give it that TV studio feel, which is really what I'm trying to go for. So yeah, we'll work something out with all that. Obviously, we've got it all sort of ranging around the back as well. So what I'll do is I will sort out this grey concrete up at the top, and then we'll work something out with scaffolding. Okay, so the first thing I've done is I have swapped around the writing here. So this actually says stage 1, not something backwards. And if we head inside, I've been adding all kinds of bits and pieces. So we are going to head around the front just here, and if we head in, we walk in, we have this box which isn't centered. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Well, we'll just leave it. So we've got this little on-air thing, so whenever we're recording or something over here at the studio, we can flick the on-air sign. We've got these sort of flashing lights, sort of stay back kind of stuff, and also that light which appears on. That obviously can be triggered on and off. Over here we've got a movie camera, TV camera, which is kind of just lying around as if it's going down for maintenance or something. And if we head inside... when we head inside, obviously we still haven't done all of this. We still need a load more gold, and we also need to get the actual the prize reward, which I'm going to show you in just a little bit. Up there, we've also put 2 movie cameras up there, just as if they're filming as the contestants, and also one down here. So if we take a look and we put the green screen pack on, so we're just going to whack the green screen pack on, just like that, wait for that to load in. And there we go. So this is what it's actually going to be like for me. But obviously when you watch the videos, you'll actually see this as a TV screen, which I think is going to be pretty cool. Obviously, I think, looking at the heights and stuff, we might need to raise the red concrete up back there, I'm thinking. Yeah, maybe those logs need to go up by another block or so, and the red concrete needs to go up. So that is what I'm going to do now, and as you can see, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add small little bits and pieces around this area in the stage, just as if they're little things that have been left outside and back behind. So here are the little movie studio cameras, and up here I've added this iron bar sort of scaffolding supporting the roof up, which I think looks pretty good. But yeah, we still need to get a load more gold. I think I'm going to add the quartz seats in, and then yeah, it's gold we need. It really is the gold. And we also need to put some hidden lighting in the floor down under here. Okay, so it has been probably over a week now since I was last on the OmathaCraft server playing, recording here over at the studio. There have been some technical behind the scenes issues I've been dealing with on the OmathaCraft server, and I've also been recording some other videos. Minecraft Earth, I have access to the beta, and I released a video about Minecraft Earth. Hello, cow. I released a video about Minecraft Earth, playing the game, and so there's a link to that up in the iCards just now, so make sure you go and watch that, and give me some feedback, so I'd love to see what you think about all this. And something that's popped up in this time is, it seems, now I believe this is Vicious Pie. I think he's starting a new minigame over here. Now, I don't know what this minigame is. What's it called? Under construction, Vicious Pie. That's probably not the name of the minigame. Welcome to Cheapskate. Welcome to Cheapskate Challenge. It looks like it's going to be a pretty cool game. There's a lot of concrete going into this, so that's going to be really interesting to see what is happening with all that kind of business. Currently, we've got loads of chests lying around, full of different bits and pieces. We've got actually quite a bit of good resources. Look at that, we've almost got 2 stacks of redstone blocks in there, and that's obviously mining blocks in there. But inside, let's take a look at what I've done. I have added a floor to the entirety of the building. For a minute I thought that was a mob or a creeper over there. Completely forgot. I built up these cameras, and if we take a look at these cameras, as you can see, they're pretty cool. I mean, we have to update that piston to make it extend just like that, but I think it's a pretty good looking camera. I quite like it. But if we take a look around here, I have on the floor done a mixture between andesite and smoothstone. As you can see, that will just go the whole way around the stage. Currently round the back there isn't anything, but I think at some point, I think it'll be quite good to build up something around the back. Here we have built up a little sort of on-air sign, so when we flick that lever, you'll see that these observers start flashing, and we've also sort of got an on-air light, which I think is a nice little addition to the build. That can be toggled on and off by that lever just there. It is kind of bugging me that this is completely off-centered by 1 block, which is a bit of a pain. So yeah, that must mean there's a 5 block gap there. There must be maybe a 4 block gap over on that side. Oh well, that is what's happening there. Now, I thought I'd just double check that we've got everything. I've shown you everything in here. Up there, I've built up 2 other cameras. We kind of got one that we can pretend is pointing down to me on the chair, and we've also got one which is pointing down to the contestants. Obviously, that's our big screen, and over here, this is going to be the prize. Now, I'm not going to show you the prize till the next episode, but it's going to be pretty good to have a look at. So the other thing we've got is, if we head up the top, we've added some scaffolding just to climb up to the top. And what I've done is I've added these iron bars on the ceiling. As you can see, they work their way down as like some supports for the ceiling. And it seems I've broken an iron bar and not replaced it, which I will sort out at some point. But that is the studio functionally complete. It still needs some more tweaks and changes to make it fully functional, but for the moment I'd say we have done a pretty good job with the studio. Now, I'm sorry it's been a shorter episode today. That's just because all kinds of things have been going on in the past week or so, and I've been working on a lot behind the scenes stuff that you will be seeing in the next couple of months. So if you have enjoyed, leave a like as it helps the channel out a lot, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.